on the air. This is Dante. Dante, provocative.
What do you want to know?
Don, what is your stand on, say, views like national defense?
We need it.
What do you think about the deficit of the United States government?
Bad. Too high.
I was talking about the Miami Dolphins. How do you think the Miami Dolphins are doing this year, even though they're only undefeated?
Fine team. Yesterday they beat the New York Jets at Meadowlands. 31-17, I think it was. Good game. It was close for a while. Jets had them behind for the longest time of any team this season, which I think is quite a accomplishment. I think Miami's doing real well. I'd like to show you some shots. Here we have up here a former Miami place kicker from Cyprus, Greece, Gary Premian. Fine man, really fine man. He's also over here next to Miss September. Good man. I think the Dolphins got a real shot to take it all this year. Good defense, explosive offense, good kicking game. They got another crowd. They have a crowd kicking for them now, which is good because I think Germans like get the job done pretty much. So I'm German, but I'm not being biased.
I was going to say totally biased opinion.
No, I'm not being biased. I think Uwe von Schauman's a solid man. Does his share of partying, but that's all right. Anyway, and the Giants beat the Cowboys yesterday, which is also an accomplishment. The first time in 21 years the Giants have beaten the Cowboys twice in one season. First time in I don't know how long that they beat them in Dallas. The score was 16-9 or 16-7, I forget exactly. Phil Simms had a big day. It's a good game. Giants are tied for first now with 4 other teams, which is
exciting.
Kind of exciting, yeah. St. Louis, Washington, and Dallas. Last night's game, Atlanta against Washington. Washington won. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, boring game.
I stayed home and watched the whole game.
What was the score? Final score, rather.
24.
I guess I'm saying the same thing over again.
I really don't know. Washington kind of controlled it. They didn't blow them out. They beat them. I don't know what the final score was, really. It's kind of a beat game, though. You know? You know what I'm saying?
What about the Denver Broncos?
Broncos are 9-1. Yeah, they beat the Raiders, I think, once or twice this year.
Twice.
Twice? Yeah. Broncos fan behind the camera. But, yeah, twice.
What do you think about that guy, John Elway?
Elway, good arm.
Did you see yesterday they had a no rushing first down? And the whole game they got the touchdown all by passes. I mean they had 3 tries to get a first down by pass every time they ran for the ball. Or not, they didn't even run for the ball. I mean every time they got a first down rather. They fucked up.
Who did they play, by the way?
They played New England. New England outplayed them the whole game.
And they beat them. What was the final score?
And it was just pure luck. I think they were all saying prayers on the bench because I know Carlos who missed 2 field goals.
Rich Carlos.
And he's supposed to be a really
in fact, he's having a poor year.
He shanked the ball twice.
Yeah, Carlos.
Twice. He missed it when he hit the last goal and
not too reliable.
The field goal. He was saying he held his hands like as if he was saying a prayer. But they won. And a fumble from the defense.
So they're in first place, ahead of the Raiders, who are hurting, by the way.
But Seattle's coming up.
Raiders' record now is 7-3.
I haven't seen a Seattle game yet.
And they've been beaten now 2 weekends in a row.
They lost to Chicago, which is the only team that Denver lost to, too.
By the way, Chicago had 10 sacks in that game. Now, one guy had 4 sacks.
Wait, what's Chicago's record, anyway?
I don't know. They're not doing bad, though. Chicago Bears. Who would have thought, right?
Walter Payton. Sounds like Michael Jackson.
Had over 100 yards yesterday, Walter Payton. Now, today is the 6th of November, 1984. Super Bowl is not for another over 2 months. And I'm going to make my prediction right now.
Okay, here we go. Dante prediction. We're going to watch this.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Okay, against in the Super Bowl, either Denver or the LA Raiders, because I think the Raiders are a better team than their record shows.
Wait. Somehow that doesn't sound possible.
Why?
Well, first of all, Dolphins can't play the Denver because they're both in the AFC.
Are you sure? Dolphins against Denver for the AFC Championship. They're in the AFC.
That's right. So the Dolphins would have to. I think that.
Right,
tell you the truth. I think if I was a Denver fan, I'd say the Dolphins would beat Denver. Only because the Dolphins are a pretty strong team.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I think it's kind of a lost cause if they, them getting involved even.
Sure.
But if they have a good season, it'd be worth it. But still, who do you think is going to win the NFC? LA?
LA, yeah. I think
What's
Dallas.
LA's?
You're missing me, Bob. You're losing me. There we go.
You think Dallas? What about Dallas?
Dallas hasn't done anything really big in the last few years, and I don't know. I don't hold any stock in Dallas. I never really liked them too much because they always used to win.
Yeah, they're like the Islanders.
They're like the fucking LA Dodgers.
They're like the fucking Islanders.
Goddamn LA Dodgers are a bunch of cunts. Only at all. But let's see. I have to go with the Dolphins against the Raiders in this year's Super Bowl. I can't see anybody else in the NFC really doing move.
Against Raiders? Rams?
You want to cut that for a second?
Yeah. On the Mets commentary, coming live from Dante Groom.
Alright, it's about, let me see. Well, it's got to be, it's at least a couple of weeks after the World Series. I don't remember exactly when it ended. World Series was won this year by the Detroit Tigers, with the best record in baseball. Incidentally, store at 35-5. But I'd like to talk about the New York Mets because
You got the cap on.
they had an exciting season. Not only the cap, we also have the Pro.
Hey, the Pro.
All right, we are number one. Catch the Rising Stars. Okay, Perry Kleeman got this for me in a baseball game. Now, I think the Mets are an exciting team. I really do. I'm glad that finally a good baseball team, other than the Yankees, has come to New York. I'm really proud. All right. I think Gooden was exciting. Ron Darling. Backman. UB Brooks. All right. Strawberry had an off year, but that's life. Hernandez carried the team. All right. Not for the fucking Cubbies. They would have been in the playoffs. They would have beaten the Padres. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind,
Yeah.
Right? I think, Bob, what do you think about the Mets?
Tell you the truth, I didn't really follow the season that much, because I don't know.
I went to a few games, all right? And
I didn't go to any games this year.
Even though we did...
Even though every time I decided to be a Mets fan, they have like a really shitty season. This year I
did in a row,
It was like, when I was a Mets fan, it was like they had 30 people show up for a game.
I went to a few games, right? And even though I had a couple of big beers, just like everybody else, right? I remembered what happened. And I think they lost one game that I went to. In fact, I'm sure, to San Diego, in fact. It was a rainy day. I think they got a real hope for next year because I don't think Sutcliffe's going to be signed with the Cubs. I bet you I'll be wrong, but I don't think so.
You think they'll have the same team they had last year?
The Cubbies?
No, not the Cubbies, the Mets.
The Mets?
Yeah.
Well, the Mets want Sutcliffe, and they want Bruce Sutter. I don't know. I really don't know. There's some talk about Kingman coming back to the Mets, believe it or not. I read it in the paper today. Right, which would be a mistake.
He's still hitting pretty big. He's still got a high average, right? Kingman?
Low average, a lot of home runs, a lot of strikeouts.
Yeah, he's basically a home runner. I remember.
Home run hitter. Basketball.
Oh, basketball.
The Houston Rockets look really good this year. All right. They got the two big guys up front. Of course, Sampson and the guy from Houston. The guy from Africa, Olajuwon. All right. They thought it would be confusion. It's working out. They're controlling everybody they play. They blew out the Knicks. Okay. They're 4-0 or 5-0. They haven't lost yet. They seem to be unbeatable. The Knicks having their problem. The usual season. By the way, the San Antonio Spurs are 4-1. Gervin scored 30 the other night. Right? I want everybody to know that. Right? Hockey. Okay.
Hey, what about the Ranger Capital game on Wednesday night? What do you think about
What?
that? No, on this Wednesday night.
This Wednesday night?
Big game. Sold out at NASCAR Garden.
Yeah. Caps were a good team last year. Excellent team, in fact.
Playing pretty well this year.
They emerged. Right. I don't know if.
What about the Islanders?
Come out on top. The Islanders
Aren't
are
playing
gonna.
too well this
it's
year.
gonna be a typical season for the Islanders. They're gonna fuck up. They're gonna go through their slumps.
You think they're getting too old? What do you think?
They're gonna end up in first or second place, and they're gonna coast, and they're gonna go into the finals against Edmonton again. I think. All right. Watch out for Boston with Charlie Simmer, though. That's my prediction right there. All right.
Yeah.
I said that's it for sports, Bob.